Hello, welcome to today's edition of Pegasus Test. On today's edition, we're doing Stage 2 of Hatila 23, Team America Edition. Well, now we've moved on to another cool range that is also another table for the Panzer Brigade's 2A6s and infantry fighting vehicles. So it was really cool to get to shoot on this range. And this range was set up like an observation post. So you could look through a spotting scope and you would see some Yasta targets out there that were painted with certain symbols. You had to call in those symbols, then the clock started, then you engaged some fairly close poppers, then you moved into the wooded section where you found a gaggle of 6 paper targets, engaged them, and then you moved over to a huge shooting box that had a rock in the middle of it, but you could brace off the rock or go prone in the shooting box. The choice is yours, and you had 5 Yastas out there in the distance, ranging from about 210 to a tad over 300 meters. And you had to get those engaged, and once that was done, the stage was over. Size, enemy squad in the open, advancing in our position, approximately 250 to 300 meters. Preparing to attack, time is 13:45. Bravo, 1, Zulu.
If finished, unload, so can clear. If clear, hammer down. Barrel up. Rata vapaa! Aika! 6-8-5.
So AUG trigger sucks absolute balls.
6-8-5.
Every miss was because I just had trouble with the trigger and jerked it off target. Otherwise, I think I did that fairly tactically sound. Did the salute report at the beginning for the training value, and we'll see how it turns out score-wise. Okay, when you're presented an opportunity like this, you got to grab the training value right out of it, and that's what I did. So I gave a quick and dirty salute report. Definitely not the most too standard, but it was in the correct format. Reached up, grabbed my rifle, attempted to engage those close poppers, but then forgot to cock it. So in real life, I probably would have been dead. But such is life. Moving on to the center section. Engaged the targets fairly quickly. It was a cluster of targets in all different directions, and I kind of misgauged that height off a bore over my rifle because I ended up collecting a miss on one of those targets, surprisingly, and a lot of C-zones. So overall, that wasn't a big plus to the score, but it is what it is. Moving on down to the final shooting position, I chose to brace off the rock, one, because that was a tactically sound thing to do, get a nice big rock between you and the enemy. And it was made for a pretty stable shooting position, which I needed all the help I could get because AUG triggers suck. Oh my God, did it suck. Every miss that you just saw was me messing up the trigger pull. I'd be pulling. As soon as it would break, I'd be off target. I'd be like, God dang it. Which also probably didn't do much for helping my accuracy. When I could control the trigger, the target would go down like it was supposed to with one round. So ended up using a lot more rounds to get those 5 targets down than I would have liked, but c'est la vie.
When you say the last number, I will give you the signal.
Okay. Bravo. 1, Zulu.
Oletko lopettanut?
All right, so pretty good run for Chris there. You'll also notice that coming off stage 1 and having that little bit of problem of knowing exactly where his zero was, he has adjusted for it. The hits came a lot quicker for him, so things are on course and going well. Now let's go ahead and take a look and see what Davis did.
Bravo, 1, Zulu.
All right, pretty solid run there for Davis. Having figured out what was wrong with the barrel and fixing that ratchet, got his zero squared away. And as you can see, he collected those hits pretty quickly on those far targets at the end of the stage. Also, great use of magnifier. You know, up close, had it on a unity mount, so flip down low, look over the top, see through his EOTech, got those hits. Collected those 6 paper targets the same way, but when he got into position on the long range, up comes the magnifier and uses it in the way it's intended to be used. Great showing, Davis. We hope you're enjoying this coverage of Hatila 23. Please comment, like, and subscribe, and tune in tomorrow because there's more stages to go.